So here's where things stand right now. Kyle Tucker, one of the best outfielders in baseball, is a free agent, and the race to sign him is heating up fast. The Toronto Blue Jays are being called the favorites. The Los Angeles Dodgers are in the mix. The Yankees want him, and Tucker's about to get paid somewhere between $350 million and $450 million over the next decade. Yeah, we're talking about one of the biggest contracts in baseball history, and it's all happening right now. This isn't speculation. This is coming from MLB insiders at the GM meetings last week. Mark Feinsand from MLB.com, Jon Heyman, Jim Bowden. These guys are all saying the same thing. Tucker's the prize of free agency, and the race is on. Let's break down what's actually going on, who's got the best shot, and why this decision might reshape baseball for the next decade. Alright, so first things first, Kyle Tucker just wrapped up his season with the Chicago Cubs. Hit .266 with a .377 on-base percentage, smacked 22 home runs, drove in 73 runs, and stole 25 bases. But here's the thing. Over the last 5 years, Tucker's been one of the 10 most valuable players in baseball by WAR, consistently putting up 4 to 5 WAR seasons. He's a 3-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger winner, and he's got a World Series ring from Houston. He's only 28, turning 29 in January. Whoever signs him gets his prime years from 29 through 38 or even 40. Tucker doesn't strike out much, walked 87 times, and struck out just 88 times last season. For a power hitter, that's incredible. He was in the 98th percentile in chase rate. Teams are looking at a guy who does everything. Hit for average, get on base, hit for power, steal bases, play solid defense. That's really valuable. Tucker spent 7 years with Houston, but after 2024, the Astros had a decision: extend him or risk losing him to free agency. They chose option 3, trade him. December 2024, Houston dealt Tucker to the Cubs for Isaac Paredes, Hayden Wesneski, and prospect Cam Smith. The Cubs gave up 14 years of team control for 1 year of Tucker. Massive gamble. Tucker started on fire. Through June, hitting over 290 with 17 homers and 20 steals. Cubs were in first place. Then injuries hit. Fractured bone in his hand sliding into second. Tried playing through it, but numbers dropped. By September, had calf issues too. Cubs made the playoffs as a wild card. Beat the Padres, but lost to the Brewers in the division series. Now Tucker's a free agent. Cubs never gave out a contract bigger than $184 million. Tucker's getting at least $400 million. Cubs gambled for 1 year and now probably lose him for nothing. 3 main contenders: Blue Jays, Dodgers, and Yankees. Toronto's getting the most buzz. At the GM meetings, Mark Feinsand said you've heard Yankees, Phillies, Dodgers all week. But the one team I heard more than anybody connected to Tucker was the Blue Jays. Jon Heyman agreed. Blue Jays are definite bidders and might be favorites. Makes total sense. Blue Jays made it to Game 7 of the World Series before losing to the Dodgers, had the best offense in the postseason. They're one piece away. That piece? Kyle Tucker. They have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who signed 14-year $500 million extension in April. Vlad's one of the best hitters but needs help. Tucker does that. Put Tucker second, Vlad third. You've got one of the most dangerous 1-2 punches in baseball. George Springer leads off, add Tucker and Vlad behind him. Terrifying. Blue Jays signed Anthony Santander to $92.5 million last offseason. Complete disaster, played 54 games and hit 175. Toronto needs a proven, reliable outfielder. Tucker's that guy. Blue Jays went after Ohtani, went after Soto. Didn't land either, but were willing to pay. This time, they might close the deal. Jim Bowden said if you pick a favorite, it's probably Toronto. You're that close to winning. If you can get Kyle Tucker, get it done. Bob Nightingale reported GMs believe Tucker signs with Blue Jays, Dodgers, or Yankees. Added, don't be surprised if Blue Jays are the perfect fit. Toronto's all in, got the money, the need, and the motivation. But the Dodgers aren't sitting back. LA just won back-to-back World Series, got Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, richest team in baseball. But here's the interesting part. ESPN's Jeff Passan says Dodgers are not inclined to go 10-plus years on Tucker. The team that gave Ohtani $700 million is hesitant about giving Tucker $400 million over 10 years. Why? Dodgers' outfield is complicated. Got Teoscar Hernandez, but he struggled defensively. Got young Andy Pages, who's inconsistent. Got outfield prospects coming in a year or two. So Dodgers thinking, why commit $400 million when we can get a short-term guy and let prospects develop? Plus, Tucker missed most of 2024 with shin injury. Had hand and calf issues in 2025. Dodgers gonna do homework on that. And Dodgers already have $350 million payroll for 2026. Adding $40 million per year pushes them higher into luxury tax territory. But here's the thing. Dodgers just won 2 straight titles. Tucker makes them better, period. Imagine Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Tucker, Will Smith. That's 5 straight guys who can all hit 25-plus homers. Nightmare for opposing pitchers. Tucker's a proven playoff performer. 7 postseasons, 72 playoff games, 2 home runs in Game 1 of the 2022 World Series. Dodgers value that. So even though Passan says they're hesitant, don't be shocked if they jump in, because when a player like Tucker is available, you find a way to make it work. Then there's the Yankees, always in the mix for big names. New York got bounced in the division series, got Aaron Judge, but need more help. Cody Bellinger's hitting free agency, so Yankees have an outfield hole, and Tucker fills it perfectly. Left-handed power hitter, gets on base, doesn't strike out much. Exactly what they need. But Yankees also need pitching, rotation questions, bullpen help. So they decide, drop $400 million on one player or spread the money around? Yankees aren't afraid to spend, and they hate losing. Plus, they play in the AL East, facing Blue Jays 13 times a year. If Toronto signs Tucker and Yankees don't, that's a problem. So Yankees might sign Tucker just to keep him from Toronto. Let's talk money. Spotrac projects Tucker at 10 years, $401 million. That's $40.2 million per season. CBS Sports predicts 10 years, $425 million. ESPN surveyed 20 insiders. Average came out to 10.1 years, $391.5 million. Everyone agrees. Tucker's getting between $375 million and $450 million over 10 to 12 years. For context, Juan Soto got 15 years, $765 million from the Mets, but Soto's generational and hit free agency at 26. Ohtani got 10 years, $700 million, but he's two-way player and global icon. Vlad Guerrero got 14 years, $500 million from Toronto, closest comp. Mookie Betts got 12 years, $365 million in 2020, but contracts have gone up since then. Tucker and agent Casey Close probably asking for 12 years, $450 million, then negotiating down to 10 years, $400 million. Over last 5 years, Tucker averaged 4.6 WAR per season. At $8 million per WAR, that's $37 million of value per year. So paying $40 million is actually fair. Question isn't if Tucker's worth it, it's which team pays it. Blue Jays' pitch is strong. First, momentum. They were 1 win from a championship. Took Dodgers to Game 7. If you're Tucker, you're thinking one more piece, and they win it all. Second, Vlad Guerrero, locked up on $500 million. Tucker and Vlad in the middle? Nightmare for pitchers. Third, Rogers Center is hitter-friendly. Tucker would love it. Plus 19 games a year against Yankees. Orioles. Red Sox means national TV exposure. Fourth, they need him. Proven middle-of-the-lineup guy who plays solid defense. Fifth, they're willing to pay. Jim Bowden said Blue Jays, Yankees, Dodgers are best fits. If you pick a favorite, it's probably Toronto. Dodgers' situation is interesting. Won back-to-back titles, but outfield in 2025 was rough. Hernandez hit 247 with bad defense. Liability in field. Conforto was a bust. Hit 146. Didn't make postseason roster. Pages was inconsistent. Tucker solves that. Proven everyday right fielder for 150 games. But Dodgers have money tied up. Ohtani, Freeman, Betts, Yamamoto. Adding Tucker at $40 million pushes payroll even higher. Plus, prospect Josue DePaula might be ready in 2027, so thinking sign short-term guy and wait for him. But counter-argument, you're defending champs with window to win multiple titles. Tucker makes you better right now. Dodgers waiting to see the market. If it's 10 years, $400 million, they might jump in. Toronto's under pressure. Went after Ohtani. He signed with LA. Went after Soto. He signed with Mets. If they miss Tucker, That's 3 straight years striking out. Players start seeing Toronto as the team that can't close deals. They need Tucker not just for production, but for optics. That's why they locked up Vlad early, building momentum. If they land Tucker, it pays off. If they miss, it's another year of almost. Yankees have interesting angle too. They're in AL East, 13 games against Toronto every year. If Blue Jays get Tucker, suddenly Toronto has Vlad, Tucker, Springer, maybe Bo Bichette. That's a stacked lineup Yankees face constantly. So Yankees might pursue Tucker partly to block Toronto from getting him, prevent division rival from getting better. There's also the Phillies as a dark horse. Phillies been knocking on the door. Made World Series in 2022, NLCS in 2023. Keep coming up short. Kyle Schwarber, their left fielder, is a free agent. If he leaves, they've got a massive hole. Tucker would be perfect replacement. Left-handed power, gets on base, plays outfield. Phillies gave Trea Turner $300 million. They're not afraid of big contracts. Their core is aging. Harper's 33, Real Muto's 34. They don't have time to wait. If Schwarber leaves, they kinda have to do something. Tucker's the best option on the market. Here's what makes this fascinating: Tucker's timeline. Most free agents don't sign until December or January. Soto didn't sign until December 8th last year. Tucker's in no rush, gonna let the market develop. See what offers come in. His agent Casey Close represented Jeter, Kershaw, Cole, knows how to maximize value. Earliest we might see movement is early December after winter meetings, but could drag into January. And the longer it takes, the more likely a surprise team jumps in. What if Giants get aggressive? What if Orioles decide they're ready to spend? Market for Tucker is wide open. Let's talk about what this means for baseball. If Blue Jays land Tucker, they become instant World Series favorites for 2026. AL East becomes even more competitive. Blue Jays, Yankees, Orioles all stacked. If Dodgers get Tucker, they're going for a three-peat, which almost never happens. If Yankees land him, they're back as serious contenders and keep Tucker from Toronto. Whoever misses out faces consequences. If Toronto strikes out again, that's a bad look. If Dodgers pass and Tucker beats them, they'll regret it. This one signing could reshape the entire American League. Here's what I think happens. Tucker signs with Blue Jays, 10 years, $410 million. They're motivated, need this, willing to overpay slightly to get it done. Dodgers make offer but won't go 10 years. Maybe 8 years, $320 million. Tucker wants security, so turns it down. Yankees push but also focused on pitching. Spread money around instead of all in on Tucker. Tucker ends up in Toronto. Blue Jays become instant World Series favorites for 2026. But this could go different ways. Yankees could surprise everyone. Dodgers could change mind last minute. Bottom line, Kyle Tucker is the best free agent on the market, about to sign one of biggest contracts in baseball history. Race is wide open. Blue Jays are favorites. Dodgers lurking. Yankees could swoop in. Maybe surprise team. This is biggest offseason storyline. Gonna dominate baseball news for next month or two. Tucker's getting paid. Only question is, where's he playing next year? And which team convinces him to sign? We'll find out soon, and it'll change the entire landscape of baseball. Blue Jays need this, Dodgers want this, Yankees interested, and Tucker's in driver's seat picking where he plays for next decade. Not a bad position to be in.